You're about to experience the one, the only, Extra Lives!
How about I show you a trick on how to effectively put a game in the system. Slide it in, just make sure it's... no, just a minute. This might take a while, but it will be worth it, I promise. There. Now let's play.
Hey everyone! Quick note before we start. What you're about to experience is the world's first Choose Your Own Adventure story concert. That means you are the main character.
The adventure that we've chosen is technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Right now you are given a choice to wait or to wait. You choose to wait. And because of that, you are rewarded with 5 extra karma points. While you're waiting, you can choose either A, to applaud them on, or B, to shout extra lives. What do you choose? Then they chose B, to shout extra lives.
Hey everyone! Quick note before we start. What you're about to experience is the world's first Choose Your Own Adventure story concert. That means you are the main character, and the audience decides what happens at various key points in the tale using Extra Live's tamper-free voting technology. All you need to do is use this QR code or go to extralivesmusic.com on your device's browser. Enter your email address and zip code. Then check your email and click on the title of today's game. Psst, it's this one. We use this system to make sure our software isn't confused by duplicate voters, and so we end up emailing only the people who are geographically matched. Today's show has more than 30 possible variations, so voting is one of the most fun parts of the Extra Lives experience. But there's no pressure to sign in if you don't want to participate in choosing the outcome. Oh, one last thing. If whenever our adventure hits a decision point, you don't see the current question displayed on your screen, simply hit refresh or reload on your voting wand, your smartphone browser, and your mana will be restored. We'll take 60 seconds right now to give you a chance to log in before the show starts. If you don't make it in time, don't worry. Simply go to extralivesmusic.com at any point during the show to log in, and you'll immediately be able to vote. Hashtag democracy, baby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
We are Extra Lives. Here, on a holy mission. A mystic quest. Here to lift you up. We come from the farthest corners of the universe. Far beyond the last continue. Dave. From the haunted depths of planet Zebus. Mark. From a world consumed by a great sea. Wendell. From the Mushroom Kingdom's most prestigious Institute of Medicine. Michael. From a scientist's prayer in the year 2000X. We will now take you back in time. Back to when you were just a child. Extra Lives, power up in 3, 2, 1.
You spend the night tossing and turning. Tomorrow is your first vacation in as long as you can remember. You're so excited, you can barely sleep. The hours pass as you imagine all the places you'll see and the people you'll meet. The yummy food and delicious drinks. The gorgeous weather, the scenery, the local history and culture. Eventually, just before dawn, your mind wanders onto a beachside scene. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, hear the kiss of the breeze, smell the salt of the ocean. So peaceful, so serene. You finally drift off to a deep, deep slumber. Oh, you've overslept. Your flight leaves in less than 90 minutes. You leap out of bed, your heart racing. You summon a rideshare service, but then remember, you forgot to pack. You grab the nearest suitcase from the closet and begin stuffing in random clothes, comic books, and even a classic video game console. But to your dismay, the bag won't close. It's packed too awkwardly. You hear the honk of a car horn outside. Your ride is here. And if they drive off without you, there's no hope of catching your flight. You try to text the driver, "I'll be right there." But your phone dies at the worst possible moment. Your Uber leaves in 2 minutes. You're going to have to find a way to make everything fit in your luggage and get out the door. You sprint out the front door, just as your driver's pulling away. Luckily, she sees you. And you're not the kind of person someone can look away from, especially when you're covered in sweat and still in your pajamas. You toss your bulging suitcase into the back of the '97 Subaru as you take your seat. The driver turns to greet you. "The airport's an hour away. What time's your flight?" she asks. You glance at your Nintendo game watch. 64 minutes from now, you reply with a gulp. "Well then," she says as she pulls an intimidating pair of driving goggles over her eyes, "we'll just have to go fast." Buckle your seatbelt. You arrive at the airport more than 30 minutes before your flight. You tip the Uber driver 2 turbo boosts for a job well done, then hurry into the terminal. Luckily, you only have a carry-on. As you enter the security line, a TSA official approaches you. "Welcome to the airport. Do you have any valuable electronics in your bag?" "Nope," you reply. "Just an Atari Jaguar." "Great," says the agent as you approach the conveyor belt. "Please leave your jacket on and remove your hat." Do you remove your hat or remove your jacket? Press A to take off your hat. Press B to take off your jacket. You remove your jacket. All of a sudden, an alarm sounds over the PA.
Security alert. Security alert. We have a moron in the terminal. I repeat, this is a code brown. We have a certified moron in the terminal.
You've got company. TSA agents rush to block your path. It's now 5 minutes before the gate closes. If you want to make your flight, it's now or never. You grab your suitcase and run. You duck into the nearest airport bookstore, eluding your pursuers by hiding behind a stand filled with fluffy, completely ineffective neck pillows. Score. You buy a Snickers bar for $17, then head to the gate. You arrive at your flight just as the doors are about to close. The gate agent is powerless against your charming smile and devastating good looks. Or is it the fact that you're a Super Gold Supreme Platinum Plus member of the airline's Frequent Flyer Club? In any case, he's kept the air bridge open just for you. You've made it to your flight. As you place your bulging carry-on bag in the overhead compartment and claim your seat, you take stock of your surroundings. The flight looks more empty than you'd expected. Every other passenger has an empty seat next to them. Fortunately for you, social creature that you are, your row is the only one full on the plane. You are in the middle seat. To your right is a coughing grandmother. To your left, a screaming, unattended baby. The flight is about to take off. Press Y to curl up with a good book. Press X to flash your Super Mega Gold Platinum Preferred Supreme card to a nearby flight attendant for some complimentary cocktails. You proceed to get rip-roaring drunk on those tiny bottles of airline liquor. Your last coherent thought before the seventh Bloody Mary takes effect is,
maybe this wasn't such a cute idea.
as the flight takes off, you stare out the window and begin to hallucinate. You're in for a very bumpy ride. Sir, you need to leave this aircraft. You stumble out of your drunken fever dream to find a flight attendant holding an empty glass. Falco? You feebly mutter as the water runs down your face. The flight attendant doesn't seem impressed. Welcome to paradise, sir, or madam. Would you kindly deplane so that we can clean the aircraft? You catch a hint of glare in the attendant's eyes, then notice the horrible stench of vodka, reposada, and soju emanating from your seat. The crying toddler and coughing grandmother are nowhere to be seen. In fact, it looks like all the other passengers left the plane some time ago. A quick look through the airplane window reveals a brilliant, sunny day. You can hear calypso music wafting liltingly from outside. You gather your belongings, smile guiltily at the flight attendant, then scurry off the plane. You are on a tarmac in paradise. It's a beautiful day. The kiss of the ocean is in the air. This airport, however, is impossibly small. You walk to an irregularly shaped platform marked Arrivals. There are many mysterious dots on the ground. Before you can guess their purpose, you receive a push notification on your phone.
Please note, due to lingering supply chain issues, there is only one Uber on this island. Please expect significant delays if there are multiple guests who need a ride.
You immediately begin to hail a car, but find yourself thwarted by a new foe. No reception on your smartphone. A single, lonely bar of service flickers on and off, taunting you like a PlayStation's loading screen. There are 3 other people standing in the rideshare area. You look up, eyeing each of them with suspicion, and notice them doing the exact same thing. The 4 of you begin spreading out across the platform while checking your phones. Each of you wants that ride. Apparently, the first person to find a spot with decent reception gets the island's lone Uber. Let the games begin. Success. You let out a triumphant, "It's me!" as a second bar of cell phone service flickers to life. You're apparently standing in the magic spot. The Uber is yours. All you need to do now is pick a destination. It's 2 p.m., too early to check into your hotel. You can either go for a dip at one of the island's luxurious beaches, or you can check out the Museum of Natural History for some local information. Which will it be? Press L1 to study, R1 to swim. The Uber promptly arrives. You don your brightly colored swim apparel as it heads to the nearest beach. You barely have time to apply a slathering of SPF 64 sunscreen to your nose before you arrive. The driver hurries back in the direction of the airport as you walk straight into the endless, clear blue ocean. After a relaxing dip in the ocean, you grab a towel and warm yourself on some higher, drier docks. And as with every dock in a tourist area, there's a chintzy-looking telescope you can look through for 25 cents. Of course, you're a sucker for chintzy, so you quickly find yourself 25 cents poorer. You are looking out at the sea through the telescope. You have limited time before your quarter runs out. Press right to look right. Press left to, well, you get it.
That's a nice amount of left. Don't change it. That's a nice amount of left. Nice. It's a very nice.
You turn your telescope to the left and see a distant city on another continent, half obscured by a haze of industrial smog. Something stirs deep inside you, and then you remember, hey, isn't that the dystopian metropolis from the hit choose-your-own-adventure show, Extra Lives in the Land of Eternal Spring? Timer's almost finished. Press up to look up. Press down to eat a spaghetti sandwich. LOL. Just kidding. Press up to look up. Press down to look down.
Keep your head up. Tiebreaker. Little girl's the tiebreaker. I mean. That's why.
With the limited time remaining to you, you look down and see some waves. Wow, how unexpected. Rats, time's up. And that was your last coin, too. Oh well, it's starting to get late anyhow. You make your way to the hotel. As you walk the lonely road to the courtyard Marriott Hotel, you happen upon the most beautiful fountain you've ever seen. This feels like that perfect storybook moment for you to make a wish. You reach into your pocket for a quarter and... Drat. You already spent your last quarter on that sick telescope. You really want to make a wish, though. You rifle through your inventory for something reasonably coin-shaped. But the only thing you're willing to part with is... your pants. A fountain fairy appears, looking at you expectantly. At any rate, you make a secret wish, then offer your undergarments to the fountain. Whoa, you think? brushing the last bit of fairy dust off your shoulders. That was pretty rad. You're about to reach your hotel when you realize you left your pants back in that fountain. Oh well. The sun has set by the time you reach your hotel room. It's already been quite a day. A big part of you would love to experience some local nightlife. This island has one of the top club scenes in the world after all. Maybe tonight's the night to mingle with some locals. You know, get jiggy with it. On the other hand, part of you wants to just chill right here in the room with some essential oils and a warm bath. You know, a spa date for one. Both options sound mighty appealing. You have trouble making up your mind. Press R2 to hit the club. Press L2 to hit the tub. You make your way to the island's thriving nightlife district, rather amusingly called Las Vegas. In the dark thoroughfare behind one of the casinos, you see a line forming for the island's hottest casino. A neon blue sign adorns the entrance with one word: Flash. Then your gaze turns to the queue itself. You immediately notice how cool, stylish, and unbelievably attractive the people waiting for admission look. If all those people have to wait in line, you think, what chance do I have of getting in at all? But then you remember your secret weapon. You reach into your inventory and grab your blue dancing shoes, equipping them on your feet. Within seconds, you hear a chorus of gasps, and the line begins to part. Even the intimidating bouncer seems impressed. He ushers you into the nightclub without delay. Have fun. Weird venue, you think as you finally reach the bar. A kid with the name tag Eddie stands behind it, handing out e-tanks to the other patrons. You're about to ask for the same when you remember you haven't eaten since last night. Suddenly famished, you ask the bartender if they're serving dinner. Eddie nods, hands you a whip, and points to a nearby wall. Confused, you walk over and see other hungry-looking customers striking the wall with weapons of their own. Oh well, you think. When in Rome, I guess. You whack the wall repeatedly with your whip until a large tile falls off, revealing a fully cooked herb-roasted chicken with hoisin sauce and a light olive oil drizzle. Yum. You're just beginning to devour the chicken when you feel a tap on your shoulder. You turn to see a creepy-looking dude with a hula hoop and shifty eyes. Wanna dance? The hula punk inquires. No thanks, you say politely. I'm eating. Insulted and enraged, the creeper engages you in combat. You escape the barrage of weirdos in the nightclub, seeking some fresh air outside. As you walk along the busy nighttime street, you notice a large establishment in the center of the strip called the Golden Nugget, advertising itself as a nin-nin hall. Curious as to what this might mean, you approach a random stranger in a magenta leisure suit. Pardon me, good sir, you ask. Can you tell me what a nin-nin hall is? He gives no response. The guy just pumps his fist and uppercuts nothing in particular. Maybe he's crazy, you think. You try your luck with the man in the yellow hat. Pardon me, good sir, you ask. Can you explain what a nin-nin hall is? Oh, and also, aren't you that dude from the Curious George books? No response. The gentleman just sachets in place, while the fellow to his right punches the air endlessly. Frustrated, you move on to a pair of kind-looking ladies. Pardon me, fair maidens, you ask. What happens over there at the nin-nin hall? The woman in blue continues to circle her compatriots silently. The lady in the red bikini does the same, but there's something different about her. You catch a glimmer of something in her face that you recognize. Is it fear? It's then that you notice the crowd is creeping slowly towards you. You see a ruthless gleam in their eyes and get a bad feeling. Closer and closer they approach. You look to the other ne'er-do-wells and bikini-clad showgirls for help, but they merely move their hands up and down in an endless mechanical motion, like the upstage cheering section at a Chuck E. Cheese. You're surrounded, and it looks like you're going to have to fight off all Las Vegas by yourself. Or are you? You suddenly feel a familiar presence by your side. Just to your left stands a woman girded for battle. It's the coughing grandma from the airplane. Next to her, fast asleep and wearing nothing but socks, is the formerly screaming baby. To your right is that random green mermaid who followed you home from the docks. Shoot. Sorry, I forgot to mention her in the story. But anyway, she's there. She's ready to fight for you. The menacing crowd is making moves too. They begin pumping their respective limbs faster and faster, faster and faster, until all of them coalesce into a giant, fearsome beast. All of them except one. The showgirl wearing red seems to have recovered her senses. She moves to join you, doffing her cap politely and putting up her dukes. 1 has become 5, and now you have a fighting chance. The battle is upon you. Can you survive against Las Vegas Incarnate? It's the next morning, and you're back at your hotel, safe and sound. Wow, what a wild night. You look into the mirror and notice a few bruises on your face and forehead, but nothing too bad. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, you guess. With the sun beginning to rise, you walk outside your room to lie on the beach a few blocks away. Another beautiful day in paradise. You stare at the horizon. Just like in your dream, you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Hear the kiss of the breeze. Smell the salt of the ocean. You can't help but laugh as you reflect on how much you've experienced in the last 24 hours. The frenzied last-minute packing, the mad dash to the airport, the plane ride, fighting with other passengers to get an Uber. Not to mention some unexpected harassment from the locals. Somehow, none of these troubles seem to bother you now. Maybe it's how challenging these past few years have been. Not just for you personally, but for for everyone you know. Our tolerance for mischief is just higher these days, you suppose. But now, all those challenges seem to melt away as you lie here in full view of the endless sea and boundless sky. You realize just how badly you needed this. It's important to take a vacation every now and then. You take a deep breath and a long exhale. You're truly grateful to be here.
Anyone got a quarter? Anyone got a quarter?
Make some noise again for Extra Lives! Go on, you guys, take a bow, go on up, take a bow, come on! Take a bow!